Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Oh, we paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. Turn on, tune in, hear what I say. Watch real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above. And if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. 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 We paint miniatures.
And we're live, and it's Shoshie from Shoshie's Magnificent Minis, and I'm back. And we had our first show after I got back from Texas on Wednesday, but this is my first Friday afternoon show, so it's so good to see everybody. I want to say hi to Lone Wolf, 2K1, You Will Never Know, Steve AMA Texas, Sanjan, Flickster, Purple Feathered Delusions. Let's see who else is here. Oh, Scattered Skull Studio. A lot of people are here this afternoon. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. I've got so many things, so many changes to the channel coming and happening with us. I'm hoping you guys can hear and see me and everything. Yes. So, gosh, where do I start? I am now officially sponsored by Scale 75 US. I'm super excited about that. I've got a lot. Actually, I got a big box from them right here that I'm going to open, and I'm going to show you all of the goodies. Some of this is prize support for you guys to give away over the next few months. Some of it is models for myself, and some of it is paints and things, and just, I mean, yeah, some of it's just supplies for me that I wasn't able to take on the plane. I got some GW clippers and a little saw blade, and that's not something you should take on the plane. That will get you in big trouble in the US. So, oh my gosh, just gotta catch up. Still have to get used to the idea that you have a theme song. I know, it's just, I'm gonna have it. You just received the announcement that I went live, so you hopped on. That's awesome. Good. So do you guys want to see this? Let's shall we open this? Awesome. Listen, it's like, how did it weigh? I don't know, but it was like almost $17 to ship, so that's heavy, but it's in one of those priority, like, click and ship, you know. I got so much stuff. Oh, and just so much information at this workshop. It was by Julio Cabos. The workshop was sponsored by Scale 75 US, so I am going to be on their. You should get on their mailing list. I've got a link that's my bot's gonna tweet out, and it'll let you know how to get to the website, so you can get on their mailing list if you're interested in taking workshops. I have never taken such a great workshop before. This was a 4-day workshop with 2 models, and we had just such a good time. It was only $375 for 4 days of study. We painted a historical model and a fantasy bust. In fact, let me see if I can show you those, because I've got those right here. Go. There we go. Okay. So this is the historical figure that I've been working on, that I started in the class. All of this that you see here is entirely painted in the class, and that's how far we got in 2 days. So we used airbrush, we used wet blending techniques that were very fast. This whole red cloak was wet blended, and I've done wet blending a lot on my channel, so you guys have probably seen me do that before. Hey, Art Evolve! Yay, a box of doom, yes. If Robert Carlson from Rogland Studio gets his butt to the US to someday, you'll have to take the opportunity to take a workshop. You never know. I mean, Julio's from Spain, so you never know. Anyway, like I said, we painted this in 2 days, and then I also worked on this girl. Look at her. She's so pretty. This is the fantasy bust. This is from their new Kickstarter, Naughty Gears. She's a pinup version of Mary Read, the pirate. If you know anything about the real Mary Read, she dressed like a man, and she went by Mark, and she looked nothing like this. So this is very much a fantasy version. But yeah, these are okay. Okay, I'll open the box. You guys want to see the box? All right. Okay. Is the workshop something that, yeah, they're going to do this on a semi-regular basis, like maybe 1 or 2 a year. And it will be in Texas again. I told the guy who runs it that as soon as he knows about the workshops, if he can let me know, because I have traveled with Spirit Airlines before, and you can go a la carte. Like the only thing you had to bring to this workshop was brushes. And so if I could travel from Illinois to Dallas, and I take Spirit, it's like usually $80 round trip for me. So that was more than worth it. Oh my gosh, look at all this plastic. All right. Plastic. Okay, so this is some of the goodies I got for myself. I went ahead and I got some GW Cadillac. This is the Cadillac of clippers. Everybody I know who has these loves them. And I also got the little saw. So that's what I got first. New tools. I always like. This is something I also couldn't take on the plane. This is Scale 75 acrylic thinner. And you can use this either in the airbrush or, in a well palette or whatever. Also, something that Julio taught us to use was these. I went ahead and bought these from Amazon. They are, what does it say? Aquash brush. It is by Pentel, and it's basically a watercolor brush pen. And like I said, I got them from Amazon. There was 3 of them for like 8 something. Anyway, you put some of your thinner in there, and this thinner actually has a flow improver in it already. So you put that in there, and then you can do these beautiful glazes with this pen by putting that down on your model first. And so here's the thinner. Wasn't able to take that on the plane. Yeah, you like your clippers, Flick? I also got some, these are tubes called round brass tubes, and I got these because when you mount a bust on a plinth, it looks much nicer if you've got like basic, put it in and then put this on top and then put it on. So I got some tubes. These I got from Brian owns a called Hobbytown. He owns Hobbytown USA, and so I got these at Hobbytown in Texas. And here's some, this is called Paint Killer, and I think this is brush cleaner, and maybe I can also clean my airbrush with this as well. So paint remover is what it says, so definitely be careful about making sure you don't get that on your models. It will remove the paint. Super psyched. I got some, this is from Hobbytown. These are my different Game Air silvers. Now, if you know anything about scale 75 metals, these are almost as good as scale 75. So I bought these just to have them because I don't live in a town where I can get these easily, but I plan on using my scale 75s a lot more. Yay! Hey, Jezebel! It's good to see you. And then, oh, this is price support. I'm going to save the price support for last. These, I'm going to flip to the other thing, are scale 75. They are stainless steel bearings so that you put these in your paint, because I think you guys have seen me shake the paint. Scale 75 is highly pigmented, and it does sometimes separate from the medium. So just one of these in a bottle of paint and you're all set. I also have some glass ones that I bought. Just make sure that whatever you do, don't ever put ball bearings or anything that's not stainless or not safe for paint, because they could rust and ruin your whole paint set. And you don't want to do that. Hey, Whippoorwill Games. You have a bottle of paint killer and you haven't used it, but you've heard great things. Well, Zoo Kinetic Medic, if you use yours before me, you'll have to tell me how it goes. I got two bottles of that. All right, now for models. Oh, wait. Okay. So these are for me, because I have been wanting to get these for a long time, and I finally was able to get them. They're called Soilworks Terrain Series, and they are pigments for terrain dioramas and figures, and there's 4 colors, a fixer and a mud effect in here. So I'm going to flip over here. We're going to open this up and look at it, because I haven't seen how these look. Gotta find something worth stripping. Yeah, we'll just maybe see if they work on your brushes. Maybe you've got, hopefully they wouldn't. For sealing the pigment stracks, just use, well, wait, there's a sealer fixer on, there's a fixer in the box. Hang on. So it comes with its own. All right, Soilworks. Okay. We've got reddish brown. That's nice. That'll be very good for rusts. Hopefully I won't get this everywhere. It's already everywhere. Look at that beautiful pigment. Oh my goodness. That looks like a bottle of rust. Don't breathe that. And then this is dark mud. I'm guessing. Yep, that definitely looks like mud. Those of you guys who do Warhammer models and stuff, this is awesome. Very realistic looking. And you get a lot in here. There's 35 millimeters or milliliters. This is natural soil. Yeah, it's a little lighter than the mud color. So the rate that you go through pigments versus fixer. This is mud effect. So I'm guessing you mix this. This is a medium of some kind. You mix that. It looks like glue. Let me smell it. It's ooh. It smells like it smells like pickles and glue. It's got a very sour bite smell to it. I'm not sure why. And this is the fixer, which is just a clear fixer that you can put over the pigments to set everything. I'm guessing that this is like alcohol or something. I'm gonna smell this too. You keep your brushes immaculate. That's nice. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm looking. Really got a goo in there. Maybe I don't know. It's mostly odorless. I mean, it's got a little faint odor. And it's definitely all over my fingers now. Gross. If I can get that off. Alright, and then last one. This is sienna, so that's more of a yellower color. Ooh, that's pretty. That's like a mustard. That's really pretty. Good. Okay, so that is the first set of soil. I've got two. This one is terrain. So the second one is effects. So you can see it's got, and let me know if you guys don't want to see this. I don't have to show you. I can just take pictures and pop it up on my Facebook, but I think this is pretty interesting. The pigments are similar to the ones from Forge World, Fallout Hobbies, and AK. You love them, especially the enamel colors of AK. That's awesome. Do you mix it with the goopy thing and put it on your base? I don't know. I think that the goopy thing needs to be shaken. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. Okay, so this one, you're enjoying it? Awesome. That's Mars, which definitely looks like a dark rust. Look at the color difference there. Very pretty. And there's a nice moss green. I will use this a lot. You guys, if you've ever seen my bases, I use moss color. This is like an ash, like charcoal. Definitely a gray ash color. Gypsum. What could you use that for? Maybe it looks like a chalk. Have I used these kits before? I have not used these particular kits. I have not. I have used Secret Weapon. Oh my goodness. I have used Secret Weapon, and I've used pastels. There's the mud effect again. So they both come with the mud effect, and it does have a little bit of gloop in it. Aw, thank you for the subscribe, Tyrus Dark. That's so awesome. Let me write your name down. If I can find a pen underneath all this. Got a little sun coming through my window. Tigress Dark. Woohoo! Tigress, did you ever get the giveaway that you won the other time? I don't remember if you did or not. Just now getting the alert for 2 months. Dust gypsum is like a drywall dust. Snow, maybe marble. Yeah, you could, I mean, really, that's what's great about these pigments is that, I mean, the sky is the limit. If you can imagine it, you can use it for just about anything. That's just sticking in my paper pretty good, too. Alright, I'm going to put these away real quick. Those are, I feel like there's more in here than with the GWs, and I could be wrong, but the GW pigments seemed smaller to me, like they're the size of a paint pot, like a P3 paint pot, and this feels bigger, but we'll have to see how these work. I've been, like I said, I've been wanting these for a long time, and I finally got them. I never had a set of pigments like this, except for I have a few of the secret weapon ones. Later on, you'll send me oh, awesome, about some help with your Twitch stream. Scattered Skull. I'm probably not the person to ask. Oh, my cat is get out. Go. All right. Now we're on to the models. No, wait. We're on to the paints. These I will not open because these are going to be giveaways. Aw, thank you for the cheer, Terea. Awesome. So this is a giveaway that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to hold off on giving these away until we find a good reason. Once a month or so, I think we're going to do a giveaway. This is the Unnatural Flesh set. I got 2 flesh sets to give away. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paints in a box. And there's like a green, a blood, crimson, azure flesh, undead flesh, resurrection flesh, harvest flesh, hellbound flesh, moonray. This is actually somewhat better than the regular flesh set because it's got a whole like range of colors to work with. So then I also have, let's see, this is the regular flesh set. And that has, oh sorry, this is wood paint and leather. I thought I had the other flesh. I lied. I must have grabbed the wood, leather, and paint set. Wood and leather. Well, you guys know I like to paint leather. It's basically very similar to Skish. You can also paint lots of different skin types with this other than the Caucasian, which is really nice. So that is going to be one of my giveaways for the channel. Then there's this one. This is the Fantasy and Games Shades of Doom. And I got this because it is kind of for non-metallic blacks and non-metallic, I don't know, it's just kind of got some really good colors in it. Really dark set, good for like Death Watch and stuff like that. And then this is lastly one of the other, this isn't the last of the giveaways that I'm going to be doing. Can you see this cat back here? Yeah. Hold on, you got to see this. There, get down. I'm going to take a bath right in front of you. That's a big cat here. All right, and then that's the ink intensity. These inks are amazing, and I learned lots of tricks on how to use them. So that's going to be a full giveaway as well. And then I have a couple of these chibis. Now I'm going to let you guys decide if you want these painted by me on channel or if you want me to just send them as is, because I mean I can do it either way. I'm happy to have some things that we just give away some prize support, and some of them will be painted and some of them won't be. I think a chibi would be probably easier to paint on channel than some of these other figures because I think they are a lot quicker. They don't take quite as long. You have the inks? Oh yeah, I'll give you lots of tips, don't worry. Chibis. Yes, he's like a little squid guy, and this is like the little geisha. She's so cute. And there are painting guides inside each one of them. Plus, there's a color chart for each one. That's one of the things I like about Scale 75 is that you can, click on these. It'll take you right to the site where you can, just look it up and paint right along. All right, I've got dust on my hands. Now, then this is a dark elf. I think this is going to be one of the pieces that I'll either paint and then give away, and then we'll do I think Genuine and Flickster have sort of like an unlock bar where it's basically like crowdsourcing a commission. So I will have an unlock bar. The whole channel will be able to work toward unlocking this mini, and then once it's unlocked, we'll do a giveaway of the painted mini, which I think would be really exciting. So it's as if the whole channel commissions me, and so that would be really fun. Hey Grendler, how's it going? So this dark elf is really cool. I think that if I paint him, I'm gonna do him in like red, black, and white like Assassin's Creed. I think that would be really fun. And I don't know if Twitch does Assassin's Creed on as a streaming thing, but that would be fun to stream in that. Here is a cowboy. He is a historical figure. He's like a little sheriff. And this one I think I'm going to keep for myself because, you know, we need to... I'm thinking about painting him for crystal brush, but I'm not sure. I might actually do the Saracen, but we'll see. But I wanted something that was not warlike, but that was still historical, and this fits the bill pretty well. Yeah. Alright, last model in here. This one I will definitely do as a unlock giveaway. So she is called Jessica Thunderhawk. She's just a fantastic model. Here, let me flip so you can see this better. So Jessica Thunderhawk, she's a steampunk gal with a big hawk on it, and what I would do is I would basically allow you guys to unlock her, and then I would do a big giveaway at the end of that. She is really beautiful. Very cool browns, lots of browns. So I have a lot of stuff here already. Then everything else I have is just like some plastic art and some other like doodads that you probably won't care too much about. Some files and some sandpapers and stuff. This thing here, I'm gonna definitely do these as a giveaway as well. And you guys again will be able to decide if you want them painted or not. So I'm going to show them to you. These were only, I think these were available in the Kickstarter because Brian gave them to me. So this is that, she's like a video game character. She's got a big punching robot arm. Actually, she's got two punching robot arms. There we go. You might recognize her. Tell me if you know who she is. They basically stole, I'm not sure what model you're talking about, Bob, but they have license for this one. And the one I think you're talking about, they got rid of all of those. They did try to get licensing with that artist, and they were unable to reach an agreement. So they pulled every single one of those models off the shelf and destroyed them. So they you know, that was something that they wanted to make right. This gal, they have a license for. So I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that is good. Nancy Steel Punch. Yeah, they have a license for her. Everything else they have a license for, like, except for the ones that they already pulled. And then this girl is another one of the pinups. Look at her. She's super cute. She's almost like a Kingdom Death figure, but she's a little bit more delicate. I want to paint her, definitely, and I will definitely give her away. She's super cute. How do I choose next models to paint if I have so many of them? That is a good question. Sometimes it's just a matter of what is primed, what is ready. Sometimes things aren't ready, and so I don't paint them because they're just not available. Any update on the group order of the Vampir's Bust? Yes, keep letting me know if you are interested in that, because I'm still waiting to get just a few more people to sign up for that. And then once we have like a minimum number, we'll go ahead and order those, and I'll let you guys know. Like I said, I'm still trying to get like a couple more people in on that order before we order. So this girl, let's see, oh, this is like the Mad Hatter's daughter, I think. Got two blousey sleeves and a gun, and then she's got this little cool steampunk base. That is a lovely figure. On Coffee Breaks asked me a question, but I missed it. Let me double check and see. I'm so sorry I missed it. Crystal brush. Models. Let's see. I missed it. Coffee, what did you say? I need like a search bar on my chat. Oh, where are these from and are they metal? These are metal and they are from scale 75. Brian got them in his Kickstarter and said, hey, I'm not going to probably have time to paint these, and he likes the bigger figures, so he gave them to me. They're just perfect for painting on the channel, I think. Super cute. I don't know what my cat is doing, but he looks like he's going to break something. Bear! Hold on. Oh, he's standing on the bug light. Hold on one second. Okay, I got him. Whew. All right, and then put these back. So yeah, we'll be painting these. I don't think I'll need to, I probably won't do an unlock on these because these are so little. I think it'd be fun to just paint these and do giveaways on these. All right, that is almost it. Oh, the one other thing I got was I got some drying retarder for like a flow aid type thing for my brushes. I kind of have switched to a little palette like this. This is just like a tile that's been varnished, like a little coaster. And I switched because Julio uses a dry palette, and I thought I'll give it a shot. But I might end up going back to the wet palette just because it might be easier for doing on Twitch. Okay, Vampirus bust. Does somebody? Let's see if we've got the Vampirus bust. Hold on, I will tell you guys where you can look at it, and then you can tell me if you're interested in ordering it. We're gonna do a paint along. Don't have her handy. Dang it. Let's see. Her name is Elzabeta. Let's see. Karl Rudik. Here we go. Karl Rudik Vampire Bust. My cat found some bubble wrap. Here she is. Can you hear him popping the bubbles? He loves bubble wrap. Okay, I'm going to cut and copy and paste this so you guys can have this in chat. Here's the Vampirus bust. If you're interested in ordering, Carl's going to give us a 15 to 20% discount on that, and plus we're going to do a group order, so it's going to be much lower for shipping. You probably will have to have like at least a $10 shipping from me, but that's like not much, because I can ship priority to... What in the heck, cat? He always needs the most attention when I am busy. He's like a child. All right, guys, since we have a lot of people in chat, and because I have a lot of distractions in my house right now, including my cat, do at Shoshie if you need to get my attention, and that way I can make sure to answer any questions for you. Otherwise, if you're just chatting to chat with the rest of everybody, then that's totally fine. Oh, I'll show you something else I got. I got a new set of Winsor Newton brushes, which I'm going to try to take very good care of because I have spent quite a lot on these. This was like an $80 set, which is really pretty good considering each brush is only $20. And it came with a 1, 2, 0, and a 3. And so I'm planning on just using these for my detailing and stuff, and then using all my other brushes for my wet blending and for my, base coating and stuff like that. But super psyched about these. I think that they look really good. Pixie Lou, thank you so much for the host. Guys, if you haven't followed Pixie Lou, she is also a painter. Thank you so much. I think I'm following you, Pixie. Let me just double check because I want to check. Pixie Lou. Lou. There she is. Yeah, I am following her. Beep, 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 beep. Definitely. All right, we're ready to paint. Now that we're like half an hour into our show. Well, there's a little sunlight. There's a little sunlight. This is the Twilight Night, male Sci-Fi Twilight Night. And you're probably wondering why I've got him in a kind of a green base. And that's... Yay! You're super jealous. You wish you had known about the painting class. You live 2 hours away? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. I would have loved to meet you too. Ha! Alright, well, keep an eye on my channel and on my Facebook and on everything, because I will know pretty much as soon as possible the next time there's a class. And that means that you can, you can also sign up on the Scale 75 website and get onto their, email list so that you can find out about stuff. Alright, we're ready. I'm going to get ready to paint here. And so I have started his chest. He has a basically white primer. I don't usually use white primer, but this guy is going to be mostly white and grays, so I primed him with just white. So that was unusual. You're signing up for my Adepticon painting classes. Awesome. That's awesome. Well, we'll meet then. That'll be great. That's right. I am going to be teaching at Adepticon. I am also going to be teaching in Ohio in, I think, April. It's going to be April. It's at MarCon. If you live in Cleveland, then keep an eye out for MarCon event listings, because I'm going to be teaching at that as well. The Moon, thank you so much for the subscribe. How are you? There we go, Zamoon. Thank you so much. 2 months in a row. Sorry, I'm so loud. You're bringing homemade mead, wine, and apple pie, moonshine. Oh, I gotta taste that moonshine. That sounds good. Let me know if you make it to Virginia. Actually, Tigers, I very much might make it to Virginia. I don't know if I'll be teaching because I've never been to the con before, but I have buddies that run is it Nova? Nova is in Virginia. And I've never been to the con, but I've been wanting to go for a long time now. So that might be something that is in the works. I just have to figure out when it's going to fit in my calendar and everything. All right, so now I'm just sorting out all my brushes and make sure I've got good base coating brush in here. How about this one? All right. So I'm going to start with his face, because I feel like if we get a good face, then we'll be all set for him. At my skill level, how long do you think it takes to complete? Weirdo, I never tell my times because I share my prices, but I'll just say I'm pretty fast. And some of you guys have been watching for me for a while. I mean, obviously my Twitch level is not going to be the same as my commission level, but it's pretty close. And so, but I never share my times because I feel like people will like try to reverse engineer my hourly wage and they might devalue my work. Null and Oil, oh my gosh, the Null and Oil is following me. Woo! New followers. N-U-L-N, and I know I'm saying it wrong. It's like Nullen Oil. Everybody says I say it wrong. Yay! Hey, Shell. So good to see everybody. We've got a big crowd today. I'm just going to start because I feel like I'm going to get a little bit of black on here to start with the eyes. And I've got a little bitty brush. It's a 2. Oh, sorry, that's a 0. This is my 2-0. And these brushes are Kolinsky's, Kozlowski's. They're from Poland, from the Spellcrow website. And you guys get to actually see me thin stuff out now because I'm using a dry palette. We just have to hope that the lights don't dry things out. Okay, and one thing he showed us, this is one thing Julio said I could show you guys stuff, but I just have to make sure that you know that he's the one who showed it to me. That means if you show it to somebody, you have to say, I learned it from Julio who showed Shoshie or something like that, okay? That's the deal. All right, little bitty eyes. Hold on one second. I'm going to take the glasses off so I can see. I'm going to do the tricky eye first because the tricky eye is on this side. It's kind of back there. One thing Julio said is that even when you have a small brush, you want to load it completely. He goes all the way up to the ferrule. And I was always like, okay, I thought I wasn't supposed to go all the way up to the ferrule. He said, no, don't use just the tip because it'll dry out on the tip. And I see the point, but at the same time, I'm already really hard on brushes. Okay, there's the second eye. Woo, I just got it on his face. Now you can see me fix it a little bit. Alright, well we can also fix it by painting over it with the flesh color. I'm gonna move around first. Okay. So I'm gonna check chat. Hey, Rainer, how are you? Find that you're completely done with the brush after about 4 months. You know, Bearded Weirdo, I need to like kind of think about that as well. Like maybe put like a expiration date and kind of buy new brushes. I'm really bad at. Aw, Whippoorwill Games, thank you so much for subscribing. But I need to like keep track of when my brushes are getting old, and I don't. Whippoorwill. Games. There we go. 4 months in a row. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Jack says he ends up getting a crap ton of synthetics because you're way more likely to push than pull with brushes. Oh yeah, exactly. Well, then that's kind of why these Spellcrow ones are Kolinsky's, but they're also, you know, inexpensive. They're not like the Cadillac Winsor Newtons. I'm bad at cleaning them. Totally use the dry brush. Yeah, that will hurt a brush for after a while. All right, so you can see his eyes a little bit goofed up there, but I will go back with flesh color. Let's see. One of the things that makes painting eyes a little bit easier, and I'm going to use this really, really light blue as, I'm not sure. I think I'll use this really light blue instead of a white. One of the things I've always been taught by many artists is that don't ever use white for eyes. Use an off-white or a light blue or even a light pink. Oh, I am? Oh my gosh. I didn't even know. Oh, my Discord doesn't seem to be open. Hold on. I'll close it. There. Sorry about that, Whippoorwill. I was live in his Discord. He's like, what the hell is she doing? Okay, so what I'm going to do is paint a little oval within the eye. We got another subscriber. Oh, Nick Claxton subscribed. There was a subscribe. Awesome. Thank you so much. You guys are just making me so happy. Look at the $24.99. You're going to get some more coaching then. I got to do a coaching section with Nick. We went over some color schemes and things that he was going to be working on for a model. And I just did a whole video coaching session. If you subscribe at the $24.99 level, you get a half hour of coaching. I always end up with giving people like an hour, but I guarantee at least a half an hour. There we go, Nick Claxton. Hey, Rainer. Lots of stars. All right, now let's see if I can get these eyes painted. With my tiny little brush, I'm going to make a little oval in the center of the black dot that I already made. This takes a steady hand and hold your breath. Alright, ready? This is the tricky eye. I'm going to do it over here. Sometimes if you turn your model upside down, it's a whole lot easier. And I'm going to be on cam. That would probably help. Ooh, that's good. I like that. We're gonna need definitely a little bit of cleanup on his eye over here. Okay. Let me get out my darker flesh color, because this is a dude, so he's gonna have darker flesh than if I were painting a female. I'm looking for my different colors that I want to use. Okay. We've got pink flesh, basic flesh, and then we will use pale skin for his highlights, and that's kind of a jump, so we'll be doing a little bit of transitioning for that. You don't have steady hands, so your eyeballs get skipped for your minis. Okay, well, you know, have you thought about doing like just white eyeballs, kind of like Storm or like Psylocke from the X-Men? You know how they have just white eyeballs? Sometimes that can look really cool. I was actually thinking about doing that with him because his eyes are teeny. That's the thing about Kingdom Death. They have the teeny eyes. Ooh, look at this. There we go. You do red or yellow since you end up painting orcs. Yeah, that's probably the easiest. Shaking the paint. Okay, see how big a transition jump that is? So we're gonna probably need to make a mix between these. Yeah. Leave an off-white for the eye. So I used blue, and you can't really tell that it's blue, except I really botched his eyeball right here. So I'm just going to paint with this mid color here underneath his eyes. Fix that. I need to thin this out a little bit more. So, oh, big cat hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint a very small layer of this mid-tone first. Especially under his eyes if I need to clean any of that up. And on top of his eyes. And then on his, let's see, he's going to be having sort of like a see-through-y sort of outfit. But I'm definitely going to make his fingers be bare. So color those same color as his face. Oh, you know what? I didn't even paint this side. Thank you for the post, Flickster. I appreciate it. Okay, before I go any further, I've got this Ardening Green. This is my olive green. I'm going to need to shake it first. Thank you, Ardevil, for that. Awesome. This is green. See, there is a agitator bead, and you can see that it comes out. It's not all separated, so I really like that. Okay, just take a little bit of this You can see how I left a little ball of paint, little ball of water here. Thinning this out just enough because I need to paint his little digits, his little fingers here. All right. Just ordered a whole, yeah, those glass agitator beads are awesome. I have some of those as well, and they work just as good. Just as long as you have something that's not going to rust. Don't get just plain old. Any kind of glass is going to be good. Any kind of stainless steel, something that will not oxidize. That would be bad. Do the other side here. Okay. See, that dried on his face, so now we can... Whoa. Some kind of accident right in front of my house. Huh. Did you hear? You probably didn't hear the car peeling out. What's going on? Stuff is always happening in front of my house. Let me know if you need me to move up a little bit. I think I need a camera, a skosh. Give it another little coat. All right, now I'm trying to make he look this. If anybody's seen Barbarella or Blade Runner with the plastic coat, I kind of want to make it look like he's got sort of a see-through-y plastic coat on. So I'm needing to show sort of like a skin tone through this. So I need to thin this out a lot. Let's use the darkest color, which is this one is Gale 21 Pink Flesh. That's right here. I'm thinning that out. Yeah, we had I don't know if our neighborhood is going bad or what. There was like an actual shooting not too long ago. It was at night, so I'm not too worried about it now, but we've had some problems. Cat sabotage. Alright, so I'm going to just go ahead and, as if I'm highlighting, I'm going to put a ball of paint on the apex of his pectoral muscle here. And then I rinse out my brush, blot it on the paper towel, and I'm going to use strokes going toward the muscle, but kind of also trying to feather this out a little bit so we don't get like a tea stain. Okay. Yay! Savannah Tom, how are you? So glad you could make it as well. Same thing on this end. We're just basically building up a little highlight. And on his bicep. Kelgrix, thank you so much for the follow. Just saw that. We're going to write your name down. Welcome. Hopefully my alert will go off here in a second. Being a little slow. Alright, back to the mini. Give him a little... Push that up to the... There it is. And I apologize about this. The sun is directly shining into my living room as we speak. So hopefully in about another half hour that will be over with. Okay, and I'm just going to give him a little bit highlighting here and here. Oh no. So if you go back into the paint before it's dry, you will like leave a little hole like that because you'll just end up pushing the paint around. There we go. Alright, so that needs to dry. Meanwhile, I need to look at a reference because I have been looking at the male Twilight Knight. Okay. Yeah, so he's mostly going to be flesh colored, and then other places he's going to have like kind of a steel looking armor, which has sort of a blue tone to it. What I think I want to do is make it silver. So I have this silver and I have this one, aluminum. I think what I'm going to do, put a little bit, of silver down. Okay. Now, one of the things I was taught by Julio to do is mix a little bit of flat color with your metallics, and I thought that was really great. So we're going to mix a little bit. I want it to be a little bit more blue. So how about probably too blue? Yeah, that might work. We'll do this deep blue and see what it looks like, and then if it doesn't work, we'll try a different color. Oh wait, I see a better blue. A better blue. How about this one? Caspian blue. Let me try it. Ooh, I keep finding more blues. Abyssal blue. That is much better. That is much better. It's like a gray blue. Alright, let's try a little bit of this on the palette. And I'm going to get some of that deep blue as well, because I do think I needed it. This one is the deep blue. Let's shake it real good. What's the idea behind? You know what? It's I think it's just to kind of make it so that it's a little bit less reflective. But the effect is very cool. So like for instance, let's mix this. Look at that. See what we get? We get sort of a metallic blue right away. Ooh, that is beautiful. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Yep, that is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a metallic blue. And it doesn't look flat, right? But you get a colored metallic without spending a lot of money. That's something that I learned from Julio. He said, find one paint range and learn it. And what's nice about Scale 75 and like other ranges like P3 is they're small ranges, so they're very easy to learn. All right, so I'm going to begin. Let's see, where's my bigger brush? Here we go. I'm going to begin a base coat with this. I think I'm going to use this all over the metal. Thinly. It needs to be thinned. Now I'm going to end up highlighting and shading this blue. So don't think that it's going to look like this the whole time. Do I ever use I do. In fact, MC Cowling, I normally just use a web palette, especially when I'm Twitch streaming. But I thought, since I've kind of got the idea to use a dry palette from Julio, that I would give you guys a chance to see how that works. And it's also a way for you to kind of take a look at how I thin out my paints, because I don't normally show you that when I'm doing a wet palette. So this is nice and small. I'm using this very thinly over the white primer, so it's going in all the little crevices. See how that looks really nice? Almost like a watercolor glaze. Not quite. That's very pretty. Ooh, I love that. Exactly what you're doing with Geralt and your Scale 75. Geralt was your first go at skin tones. Awesome. Yeah, I haven't done this type of mix in a long time either. But it looked like it might be a lot of fun. Okay, last bit, I want to make sure to cover all of that. Try not to get any of this metallic on places where you don't want to, because this is another thing Julio said. Anything that I'm going to be quoting him a lot, because that was like his one stipulation, is that you can show other people the stuff I show you, but you just have to let people know where you learned it. But one of the things Julio said was when you've got a metallic, don't let it get on something that you don't want to be, because it'll just, the glitter and the mica will just be forever difficult to get removed. All right, under here, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I can barely see it myself. Just trying to paint, fill in all the spots that are white. Make sure to get all of the area covered. What the heck is that? Piece of super glue that fell off on his cape. All right, now he's got like little BioWare dealies on his lats, right? Such a beautiful figure. I just want to do him justice. You guys know that I've been waiting for male pinups to come out for so long, and this is really the closest thing we've gotten so far from Kingdom Death that's actually come out. I mean, very, very cute. Let's see. And then he's got some BioWare on his chin down here, some kind of thing down here. The artwork he looks a lot like Quicksilver from the X-Men, but for whatever reason, this outfit makes him look more like the Green Goblin, which I did not want to paint him with the Green Goblin outfit. I was like, nope. This one is resin. It is not metal. It is a resin. And it was a limited edition that they did a special at Gen Con. So he is a limited, like one of 500 or something like that. And maybe they'll do an encore of him, because they did an encore of the other Sci-Fi Twilight Knight. And I think that would be really cool. I think more people should have the chance to paint him. And I don't know why. I guess for whatever reason, in the artwork, his whole arm is metal, but in the mini, it's not. So I'm just gonna paint the part that is metal. He does, doesn't he? Isn't that awesome? I think it's because he's got like a see-through outfit on his pectorals, and you can see a lot of muscle definition. I don't know. It is Kingdom Death, so I'm all about it. If you guys have seen, there's going to be a whole bunch of new pinups from Kingdom Death that came out with the what is it? I can't remember. Oh, we got a new one following. Let's see who it is. CVS 5. I missed it. Now, thank you so much for the follow, CVS. I think I missed the. Oh, there it is. 569. 569. Welcome. Thank you so much for following. There's a Kingdom Death the Halloween pinup model. I don't know if I call him a pinup. Sorta, I guess. Maybe if he was wearing a little bit different of an outfit, Flick. You're willing to wait on one too? Alright, I'm going to check back here because there is some metallic stuff back in the back. Hopefully you guys can see me get this. Luckily I have a teeny brush. See, this is the downside to having a dry palette, is that it does tend to dry out on me a little bit faster. There we go. He's got some kind of crazy wire going down the back of his spine. Kind of like The Matrix or something. Which was an awesome movie. Trilogy. Alright, my nose is itching. There we go. Oh. Alright. Let me look at his face just to see. Got stuff painted that I need to have painted down here. Alright. Like that. That blue is just exactly how I want it. Some more on the knee. There we go. Okay. Now, because he's sort of like a robotic type of dude, I've got, this is just the flat color. And we're going to do panel washes and panel gradations, which is going to be tricky because I need to look at my little thing. What's the advantage of using a dry palette? I don't know that there is one. I think it's just different. The advantages to using a wet palette when you're streaming is it doesn't dry out as fast. So, but, you know, I don't think there's a wrong type of palette. I think it's just, what are you used to? What do you like? And I thought I would try it because I wanted you to mostly be able to see how I thin down my paints. So I guess today the advantage is so that you can see me thin my paints, because it's probably one of the most important aspects to painting. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do first before I do anything is just go through with this tiny brush and catch all these little lines. There's like little crevices, and I'm just going to go through and accentuate all of them, which might be a big pain in the butt. I see another spot. Ooh. I think the other thing advantage to having a dry palette is that you can really control the consistency of your paint a little bit more than with a wet palette, maybe, because, you know, I can make sure that the not too much water soaks up, because there's no water, right? Okay. Yeah, your paint dries out faster and you buy more. Exactly. That isn't a disadvantage for sure. Hi, Skull. Is it Skull O'Crusher? Skull O'Crusher, welcome. How are you? Okay. I'm going to put everywhere there is a probable crevice. I need to thin this out a lot though, right here. I need this to go down into the... You know what? I'm going to try a little flow improver. This is drying retarder. I'm going to open this up. Oh, we got another follow, I think. Gashion, thank you so much for the follow. Gashion, I think that's how I say it. Let me write it down. E-A... Ishison. Gaishason, I think. If you want to write in the chat how to say that phonetically, I will get it right. I promise. I'll try anyway. All right, flow improver. I was in the middle of opening the flow improver, or the drying retarder rather. What I'm going to use? I'm going to use L75 acrylic thinner. That is really what's helped me. Okay. And I'm just going to put a drop on my palette. Hopefully it won't come out. There we go. That's enough. Just a little drop. Bang, WW2. Thank you so much for the follow. Let me write you down. Welcome. All right, we've got that's the thinner right there. And I'm going to put a little bit of it into, look at how beautiful that thins out. Nice. Very, very, very nice. Look at how smooth that is. That's what I needed. What do I do with my list? Tell me what you mean, Cavatom. What do I do with what list? There we go. List of people who view my channel on Twitch. What do I do with my list of people? I'm still not sure what you mean. What do I do with it? I guess my subscriber list, I contact them, and if they're subscribing at the $24.99, I let them know that they're eligible for a half-hour video coaching. Other than that, I don't really do anything. I don't contact anybody, unless it's, to let them know about a giveaway or something, or a special event, which I haven't had any yet. Okay, so that subscribers may get special access to some giveaways that other people won't. I haven't decided yet. Like some of these metal minis and things that I might be giving away, I might keep those out and keep those separate for subscribers, but I haven't decided that. I really like to be fair and give everybody a shot, so we'll see. But I also like to, do special thank yous for people who are, supporting the channel. You guys see that? How I'm basically dark lining all of the little panels, and it's like a pin wash almost. Not quite, but... So he looks like, there's a little scratch on his armor right there. That's perfect. And then, of course, very important to get the edges of it where it meets his skin, or meets the plastic on his skin. It's like a manual and cute bot thing. New follower. Oh, this list. Oh, no, I don't really do anything except it's a kind of a way for me to just shout out and say an extra thank you. You're kind of like immortalized on my stream, because I do upload I upload my things to YouTube. My subscribers, I have usually a list of helpful students, so when somebody gives me helpful advice or it helps the channel, because this is a teaching channel, then those people will get chat points. So I often reward that. But no, not really anything else. I mean, if you have some ideas that I could use for it, then I'll consider it. And if we end up using it, you'll definitely get some points in the chat. which everybody in this chat earns chat currency. So you can do exclamation point points, or you can do exclamation point rank to find out what your chat rank is. Everybody kind of starts out at like with Twitch names, I think. I don't know. I don't really know your regular names. Whatever you've given Twitch is all I get. I'm not magic. That would be voodoo. Yeah, see, Drenay has reached the rank of class president because he watches me so much. He is very close to becoming a star student. Renee also got to do a coaching with me. How are you doing working on that piece, Renee? You got to tell me how it's coming. So I'm getting these bits very nice and dark. Let's see. And watch this. Now I'm going to take the silver. Oh, it's already getting dry. No. Okay. Put some water in there. Hopefully reconstitute a little bit. And now I'm going to take it and I'm just going to like hit it on the edges of stuff wherever light is going to hit it at the highest point. Like that. Might have to go back in and like really paint this with some really dark. There we go. That's pretty. Anywhere the sun is really gonna hit it. See, RBR is the class president. Yeah, the metal is looking neat, isn't it? Especially with the light color on it. That's how I wanted it to look, is kind of space agey and really new looking. Now, back here is going to be darker. And again with the panels. And then see how that looks? Looking very metallic. Now, he does have some little red bits. Unfortunately, oh, I see. So like a metallic red, and instead of paint, I'm going to use an intense ink. This is the intensity inks that we're going to do for giveaway. I'm going to take a little bit of that. I'm going to take some of the silver here. See if I can mix this. It might turn pink. Yeah, that was my worry, that it might turn a little pink. I don't know. I don't hate it, but it's not. Ooh, look at that. When you mix those two, they just kind of, they want to, oh, that's pretty. That is very, very pretty. So what I might do is see how this looks. I think I'm just going to use the straight up reds. Needs to be almost an orangey red, but I'm going to start with this Antares red, I think, first. What did you say? It's a great model, but you can't see what he wears in that zone. It's going to be like more opaque. How's that? It's I'm not going to make it see-through in that area. I might be a little bit of a perv, but I'm not that big a perv. As Grenler always calls me, he's like, there. Okay, so see the intensity is much better, I think, because the ink is a little bit lighter. Yeah, I like that. And this whole little metal collar part is also sort of a reddish tone. And if I want that to be even more intense, what I'll end up doing is just painting it with regular paint so it's not metallic at all. It's too pink. Let me use the red paint. Make him into my own fireman, exactly. He's like sci-fi fireman. Ooh, I like that. That red looks much better. There we go. There's that little glint of metallic underneath. Give you the idea that it's metal, but it's not completely pink. I didn't want it to be pink. Okay. Let's go back to our flesh tones now. Oops, this one is dried out. I'm gonna get this color. And I'm gonna get this highlight on here. See, we needed to wait. The only reason why I didn't paint more of this before was because we needed to wait for that to dry. So when you're painting transparent things, it's best to paint everything and then paint the skin tones on after the fact. So what we'll do is, because I'd say this part is maybe the most transparent, and then we'll make it gradually get more and more opaque as we go down. But his whole bodysuit is kind of peach. Calendar of male pinup minis. I would be super down with that. Absolutely. Super down with that. So let's see. Okay. I am going to try to figure out how I'm going to make this transparent looking now. What I need is that light blue that we used over here. Let's see if it's still, yep, it's still good. So what I'm going to do is on all of the little creases and the little areas, like here, we're going to make this more opaque, right? You just wanted me to see me paint this part, didn't you? And then all of these little bits right here, like these little creases, those need to be more kind of opaque as well. And then I'm also guessing like part of his legs need to also have that kind of opaque blue. I like it. I have to make this part like too highlighted because we don't want it to be like, look at my crotchal area. This is it. We just want to be, actually we want the face to be the most highlighted part, really. My eyes, they're up here. Yeah, it does kind of look like a little football team outfit a little bit. And I'm just gonna paint in. Yeah, no accessories. Gonna paint in some of the little highlights on his cheekbones and on his nose. I'm gonna have to go back in and do that off camera because that is gonna have some details in it. All right. Selectively leaving some of this flesh tone. Oh, here's his booty, see? Selectively leaving some of this. So that way this goes opaque, but then you can still sort of see a little bit of skin tone through it. Hey, Joe White 73. How is it going? Thank you for the follow. I'm going to write your name down as soon as I get this blended out, because I don't want to leave a tea stain here on his butt. That's mostly blended. See, it looks, it's an interesting thing. Okay. Joe White 73 is a new follower. Here we go. There we go. I wanted to tell you guys, my birthday week is next week, and I'm gonna be gone again. My mom, I'm so sorry. My mom is taking me to Vermont, so that's gonna be a birthday present from her. So we're gonna hang out and do some shopping and mother-daughter fun in Vermont. I've never been there. We're gonna go to Burlington, and that'll be nice. Oh my goodness, I love it. Happy birthday super early. Yes, it is a little early. I'm a November baby. Is anybody here a November baby? Can give you a little birthday shout out. Thank you. Just nice to get away from Illinois when it's like wintertime. So here we're giving the illusion that his clothing is somewhat opaque, but also very, very tight, because you're able to see some of the skin tone through it. That is okay. I like it. We'll blend up and down on his body here. I'm just hoping we get the effect we want, not something where it just looks like he's got pale skin. That's why I'm going with a little bit of a blue tone. It's kind of cool. Let's see. Now we need a ivory, I think. Not something too warm. Let's go with white sands. Your birthday was Monday? Happy birthday, bearded weirdo. Everybody give the bearded weirdo some birthday hype. I'm going to give you some birthday hype right now. There you go. Yay. Belated birthday. My birthday lasts usually a week. Hey, don't give me crap. Christmas can last 6 months. My birthday can last a week. I'm just kidding. Okay, so again, we're gonna just small. This is gonna be like those little light reflective bits that plastic and stuff often has. So you don't want to put too many of these here. But I want something here to make it seem like this is shiny. And I might actually get in here with some gloss medium or something to basically give it the look of plastic, because I want it to look shiny a little bit. Not too shiny everywhere, but that is very cool looking. I think this needs more. A little bit more red maybe. See how that red, it draws your eye up. Especially because Some of these little things, Dealy Bobbers, should be basically pointing your eyes back up to the mini face. Yeah, I think so, but I'd have to get all of the reflections and everything drawn in really well first. Like, I can't just cheat and use, I mean, it's not cheating, but I can't just use gloss medium and then expect it to look right. Is this black? Oh, this is that dark blue, I think. No, this is black. I don't usually use black to shade with because it's a little heavy. So this turquoise blue is a really good shade color because it's dark, but it's not too dark. Okay. Back to this color right here. This is more of the flesh. Rather peach color. I think he needs some on his face too. Underneath. I'm going to get a little bit of ink. I'm going to get this Inktense Violet. Show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to mix Inktense Violet with a little bit of this Inktense Wood. And I'll show you what's going to happen. You're going to get this beautiful color. This is, again, another thing that Julio taught us to do to make a really great liner color. Oop, I want to use this. I'm going to mix these two together. See how that looks almost black now? But when you water it down, look at this. Whoa. Let me mix it a little bit more. When you water it down, it should be more purpley brown. I don't know if it's mixed all the way. Seems like it's a lot more purple than it is black, but that's okay. But what the point is that it's very dark. And we can go in. Ooh, yes, yes. Purple. That is it. The ink goes down into the crevices, so nice. See if that works. You can feather it a little bit. Yeah, I needed that purple, I think. It is a unique miniature. Ecalis. Is it Ecalis? It's from Kingdom Death. And he is the Sci-Fi male Twilight Knight. Is very unique. Look at this purple. Look at how that just creates so much depth. I needed that depth. And I'm going in all of my little areas where the metal meets the body. I want some grittiness in here, even though he's sci-fi. A little bit of grittiness. That's cool. Nice. Nice depth. Okay. And I'm going to do a little bit of that blue. Where's that blue? There it is. So far, you only have a single purple intensity color from that range, and you love it? Yes. All the inks are, I mean, they are really rich. I got the inks fairly early because I was told that you can mix the inks with your pigments to make them more intense, which is why they have the name in Inkintensity. Okay, so let's see. KMD Obsessed, thank you so much for the host. Welcome. Look at KMD. We have some Kingdom Death right now. It's the Twilight Night male. Oh, there we go. Do you see how I made that thin? So it almost like feels like a plastic reflection. I like it. Very happy. Trying to look how I want him to look. Yay! He is a very unusual mini, and very cool looking as well. Let's see. We need some bright highlights now from where. I'm sorry if I'm off cam. Here we go. Just let me know if I need to be moved around. Sometimes I get that way. Okay. That's really bright, but we're going to thin that out. And another one over here. Kind of following the artwork. That's what it looks like on the artwork, is that he's got sort of a plastic sheen over the top. And in the artwork, he also has a little bit of areolas, which I'm not going to paint on stream because I need the detail. But he does have it in the artwork, so I would call him a pin-up a little bit. I do like that. Now, his cape. I am going to go with a gray on the inside. I think. Yeah. Go with this beautiful gray. Gris Grafeno. Basically, it's a graphite gray. You need food, so you're going to lurk? That's alright. No problem. Anybody can lurk. We do not penalize anybody in this channel for hanging out. Okay. Now we've got this gray. I need to mix it with some... Let's mix it with this blue. Ooh, big cat here right there. Let's mix it with this. There, that's very pretty. So I'm going to show you some wet blending that Julio taught us. I don't know if I have enough paint, but I want to make sure I get enough paint mixed up. So I'm going to start on the inside of the cape, and I'm going to paint on the highlighted areas as smoothly as I can, as quickly as I can as well. I think I had some of that drying. Did that drying Utiter dry out? It did. Anyway, quickly. And a little bit of this dark color here and blend it in. Yay! Electric Eve. What else is Cosmo BC? Thank you so much for the subscription. How are you? It's been a while. Yay! Wet blending is your nemesis? Okay, so watch then. Okay, and then the lighter color. the darker color goes in the folds. And it may not be perfect that first layer, so we might do another layer after the fact. But the point right now is just to try to get all of this covered quickly. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so off cam. Sorry, guys. Now to board the train. Welcome, Cosmos. I always miss that S. Alright, let's do a little bit of that dark gray Grafana Grizz. Try not to get too much back here, because that's going to actually be much lighter. I think I want the back of the cloak to be more of a tan. Gotta let this dry, or else it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna we're just moving paint around too much. Alright, let's let this part dry. I need to go back over. It looks like my metallic color dried out, so we need to get some more paint on here. Here's the silver. And that original blue was deep blue. It was deep blue and silver mixed together. Do I prefer priming on? No, I don't. I don't like painting on white at all. It takes so much longer. I like probably black or gray if I get to choose, but I needed this one to be, here we go. Beautiful blue. Yeah, so I needed this one to be a lighter blue because he is light colors, and if I primed on black it would just not look the same. But it does take me a lot longer to paint on a primed figure that is primed white. Yes, it does take a long time. And I am impatient. Like, one of my biggest traits as a painter is my impatience, which makes me very fast, but it also makes it, so that I don't wait for stuff long enough sometimes. Alright, he's starting to look neat though. I really enjoy him. Yeah, all that needs to dry back there. Let's go on with this side. Let's see. I think it needs to be like this Iroko color. Let's try it. It needs to be desaturated some more with some more like white color. Like this is birch. Let's do 50-50 birch. Do you guys like seeing my palette is a little nicer to be able to kind of watch me be able to mix on camera? Maybe a little bit better. Alright, let's try that. Ooh, I like that color. That is pretty. Look at how beautiful that looks against that white primer. Do you like all painters that have palette cams? Alright, well, I will keep that in mind because I've never really had a palette cam. And then maybe it's something that we can work on having in the future. Or either that or I'll just stick with having this dry palette. I didn't know people liked it. That's good to know. You ain't waiting on anything too, bearded weirdo. I'm painting this fast because I need to make sure that it's smooth. But see how nice that goes on compared to the blue. It's funny because the lighter color was actually easier to cover than the blue. Yeah. That's very nice. Now here's the ochre color. Just gonna blend that right in, straight with the lighter color underneath, see? And I'm just sketching basically, but what I'll end up doing is figuring out, you know, glazes to get more glazes will perfect it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. They'll get rid of that harsh line. Makes it easier to follow. It does, doesn't it? Okay, so that looks mostly dry. I'm gonna fill in all of this so that I can make sure this has got good coverage. I tried doing the wet blending on this, but it was not cooperating. I don't want to get blue on the outside because that will take forever to cover. Trying not to get blue on my yellow cloak on the other side. Takes a little bit of brush control. Okay, so you guys get an idea of how he's gonna look. He's really cool. He looks very sci-fi for sure. Oh, we're gonna quick cover up this because I don't want that to be. See, it's gonna take forever to cover now. When I see the thinness and the proportions of the different colors being mixed and how much I load the brush and then apply to the model, it often pick up color. It's easier to understand the magic. Yes, I agree. I agree. We will work on getting a palette cam then. If you guys like that, I'm happy to try to. It's just one more tech thing for Tech Mike to work on. Haha. Go. So I've got just a little bit of that birch and I'm mixing a little bit of this highlight color again. Trying to smooth things out a little bit more. The wet blending is very fast and I do appreciate that because of my impatience. I do like things to be fast. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone for a little bit. The paints are really nice and opaque at least. But you do get, they are just really creamy like butter. Woo! The dry palette is holding up great because it doesn't need anything. I mean, it's just, I think it's something I'm going to keep doing for a little bit. I pretty much am happy with it. This dried out really fast. I think I guess the only downside is that my little metallic mix dried up pretty quick. So I've got to watch that, but I think everything else I'm pretty okay with. Yes, I'm enjoying him. I want to make a cast shadow behind here with this gray. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it with a wash of this gray. Ooh, I really like how that looks on the whole thing, because it brings out all of the faces. Hey, Relax Fallout. Thank you so much for following. Give me 1 second. I'm going to finish this wash while I still have it going. Hopefully this won't dry all tea stained. I think it might, but we'll fix it if it does. Okay, I'm going to set that down. I'm going to write down Parallax Fallout. Because thank you so much for the follow. Woohoo! We had quite a few new followers today. That's really awesome. And then I'm going to take my little brush with this birch. I'm just going to touch and see what happens. Ooh, I like it. It's still wet, so I don't want to have it bleed in too many places, but it's like kind of like the wet on wet blending in a way. Do it on all of the little noses sticking up in the foreheads. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with Kingdom Death, there's a whole area that's called the Plane of Faces. And it's all these like stone faces that are made of like white stone. I think marble, but I'm not for sure. We're losing me? Okay, thank you so much, Bob. I think there is an actual alert that says like off cam or something. Bob gets 5 points for being helpful to the channel. You guys, if you let me know, you get points. Bob Hoffner. Dark. It is. Oh, I see what he means. That is because can you sit here while I adjust it? Guys, I'm gonna like switch it so that my daughter is in the seat, so that way she can help me figure out the branding. Hello. All right, that's much better. Is it better, Bob? I think when I thought you meant that I was off cam. I didn't realize that I was getting too dark. And everybody says hi, Sophia. No. She says hi. Okay. What do you guys think? I want your honest opinion. I know that he's not quite there yet. There's something about the colors that is not quite gelled yet for me. I think I need more contrast. But if you guys want to tell me, if I end up using your suggestions, I'm going to give you 5 points. Yay, Razar, a lot of people said hi. So tell me what you think. I think I need like some nuances, maybe some more purples, and I'm not sure. Maybe this needs to be lighter, I think, also. Let's try. Yeah, maybe that's partly what it needs to do. It needs to be lighter. How do I feel about the brown cape? I think it needs to be lighter. It's too brown. I think it needs to be like almost ivory. So I'm going to end up highlighting all of this up quite a bit. What do you think? You think it would be better ivory? I think the outside of the cape needs to be very light. It stands out a bit. Yeah, it does. I agree. So one of the things you can do if something stands out too much is you can desaturate it, which is why adding white or adding black can make a big difference. Oh, guys, do you know what that sound is? It means it is almost time to be ending my stream, and I need to look for somebody to host. All right. Well, I'm going to work on this tonight, or maybe actually we're going to be watching Stranger Things tonight, but I'm going to be working on this. I'm going to get that up to like a white almost. I think it's going to make a big difference. It's already looking better to me. Yeah, I think that the sword needs to be glowing blue also. It's a lightsaber. It's a Twilight lightsaber. So that's going to glow. It's going to be really awesome. And then we'll do some OSL on the cape and stuff. It'll look awesome. All right, let me switch over. See if I can balance him. All right, I'm going to look for somebody to host, and I will be back, let's see, on Monday from 9 to 11 a.m. Oh, and Mathis asked me a question. Did I miss it? I must have missed it a long time ago. I'm so sorry, Mathis. I'll whisper you. I'll go through the chat and whisper you, Mathis. All right, let's see who else is online that I can host. Oh, I know who I want to host. There is this awesome artist. She is a painter, a watercolorist actually, and she's fantastic. And she's actually working on a sci-fi painting. So her name is Nulani Art, and I just love her. She's really sweet, very positive girl. Hold on, I'm gonna copy and paste her name here. You guys might like her. She's not a mini painter, but she's really awesome, and I like to support other creative streamers as well. And she just hosted me one time and dropped this an epic host on me one day. All right, guys, let's see if this works. New Lonnie, there we go. All right, bye guys. Thank you so much.